All right, we're back here at Yosemite Village. Kenny and I, with a group of our friends, are going to be touring around here, Yosemite Village. This will be part 2. It will be a returning video of our first trip, where it was a fun trip.
It was fun.
It was fun, right?
It was still fun. We had a good time.
We had a good time, but we're gonna have a tour guide. They're gonna go over some accessibility stuff with us today, which is gonna be really cool. We'll definitely be asking some questions and giving some advice and opinions on what they could do to make this experience better. So stay tuned for that. But other than that, we're just gonna cruise it today. We're not going on any major hikes. We're not going to be exerting ourselves today. We're just here taking. Well, as of right now, that's not the plan, but we'll see how it goes.
Yes.
But if you're new here, make sure you hit that like button, that subscribe button, and the notification bell, so you'll be updated every time we drop another video. Hey, Kenny, I remember to do it.
Yes, sir.
I remember to do it. I remember to do it this time.
We got it.
But we're gonna get this thing started today on Independently Blind.
This is a place that has a real sense of place, and that sense of place and what the place means is really different for a lot of different people. So I'll be interested to hear from you what the sense of place is for you here in Yosemite. For me, when I first arrived here and I saw 3,000 foot cliffs on either side, this valley that we're in is a 7-mile long, 1 mile wide river canyon that has been carved by glaciers. And so these 3,000 foot sheer granite cliffs are rising up on either side of us, with waterfalls and domes and just like spectacularly overwhelming scenery, although it's a little bit foggy, muddled through the smoke today.
All right, so we had a great introduction. She's still talking, you might hear in the background, but we had a great introduction to our guide. She gave us a brief history of how she became a ranger, how she fell in love with the park, and she asked us to kind of figure out what our place here is at Yosemite. So what draws us to Yosemite, which is going to be interesting to hear from some of the other people we brought up here that are totally blind, and how they take in and go off her instruction. I did notice right off the bat she's very descriptive, and that's good for us. So she's doing a very, very good job of being very descriptive, talking about not only the rocks but the height and the history of it. And so as we go on, we'll get some more footage and when she starts to describe some of the areas that she takes us to.
Our bears tend to eat berries, absolutely, yes. In the spring they come out, they're eating insects, they're eating grasses. Then when the flowers come out, they're eating flowers, and then they're eating berries. But they're
vegetarians.
They're omnivores, but yeah, they like a lot of natural foods. And then right now, just now, in fact, we might hear some today. We'll hear the crack. Listen for it. The crack of acorns falling on the ground, and those are the seeds of oak trees, and that is their favorite food.
All right, so we just saw the bear trap here,
and then we're gonna follow
and we
this
explored that a little
private
bit. She gave us a little background on that. Now we're moving on to something else.
It does. It says danger bear trap on it, because if someone came upon it and there was a bear in it, they're like, well, what's this?
All right, she just gave us a little history lesson, a little education on bears and this bear trap. They hang smelly fish guts and things in the back. The bear grabs it, starts to pull on it, and they get trapped inside, and then they tag each bear.
And the path gently bends.
They tag each bear so they can keep track of the bear. They check its teeth, its fur, they make sure it's healthy, and they follow the bear. Each bear has a tag with a number and a different color, which allows them to make sure that they know where the bears are, who the bears are. If they're causing trouble, they could put a collar that will track the bear so they could run them out of the campgrounds and things like that. So they really do a good job of taking care of the bears, not only from a health perspective, but not messing with the campers and eating too much bad food, because this bad food makes them sick. So if you ever go camping where there's bears, do not leave your food out and do everything you can not to let the bear eat that food. It will make them sick in the long run.
That's a skull of a black bear.
Anybody else want to see the skull?
Yeah.
American black bear.
Did you get it on the video?
I saw it already.
Did you touch it? Did you feel those big old teeth?
Oh, what kind of animal you're looking at? When is the teeth? So those big sharp teeth tell you that it's a meat eater. It's tearing flesh.
Oh.
And then those long flat teeth in the back, it's got kind of a long jaw in the back, tell you that it's also eating plants. The eyes will tell you what it likes to eat, because animals that are prey animals have their eyes on the side of their head, like deer, and animals that are hunters have their eyes on the front, like bears. So are we prey or are we hunters?
Hunters.
We're hunters, although we're also omnivores like the bear. You can recognize it by their movement, is they hunch down and they run with really fast little feet. They run all hunched, and then neck. Stoles, I think.
Yeah,
they're
stoles,
called.
there you go, yeah.
Stoles.
Here, came over here.
We have a weasel.
Yeah, so this is a weasel. Yeah, weasels, we have a number of different types of weasels here in the park, including fishers, Pacific fishers, which are a rare type of weasel here in Yosemite. So soft, huh?
This is a weasel.
On up that tree right
It's
now.
different. The fur quality is different.
It
It's
is
puffier
very
and
different,
thicker.
yeah.
Gotta get rid of the
Here's
squirrels.
the beaver.
Oh, Barney's all interested. The bridge makers, right?
Yes, they
Yes.
make the dams.
Damn.
Yes.
There is a car turning around, but I don't think they're going to
dam
come.
makers.
I think they're going to turn around.
the beavers.
Want to feel the beaver?
And it's my favorite. I really love it. But they're such gentle animals. They're so sweet. You know, they haven't had to be fierce because their spray makes people scared of them. So here's the skunk fur. You can touch it if you'd like. You can touch its tail too. On the insides of its legs. So when you see it on the outside, it just looks kind of mottled and brown with some white tips on the fur. But if you see one walking, they've got these very distinctive stripes on the insides of their legs. So you can feel its head and you can feel its paws, kind of the way that we did with the black bear paws.
Yeah. Oh, good. Sharp. Pointing right out.
Here is its head and here its claws and paw.
Oh my gosh, it's cute.
It's kind of cute, yeah.
I know. Oh.
Yeah, they're kind of
Honey would
commonly
like it.
found here in Yosemite Valley. I see them
Ooh, their nails.
maybe every couple months.
Their nails are kind of scary.
Yeah, sharp.
Oh, they're very sharp.
Because the oak trees were so important for food. So every family had a tree that belonged to that family, and they went and visited that tree. And oak trees actually do better when they get tended to. In fact, they make more acorns if they get whacked before the fall.
So that was a very cool educational moment that we had. The ranger went over, again, a lot of native history. She went over rocks, she went over granite, and all the other rocks and minerals that are around Yosemite Valley. She talked a little bit about climate change, the way the weather has affected the water supply, water flow, how animals are moving more up in the mountains and not down, so they're not chasing the water down, they're heading more up in elevation. So it was very interesting. This has been a very educational trip to Yosemite. I think it's been a fantastic thing for people who are totally blind, that may not want to go on these trails and hikes up the mountains, but can actually walk the valley floor with the ranger and get all this history. We got to look at beaver skins and bobcat skins and skunk skins and all these types of animals. It's just been really fascinating. It's been a whole different way to take in the park, and I think it's crucial, and I think everybody who's sighted should have an experience like this and go on some type of tour and get educated on where this Yosemite Valley once was with the natives and how it is today, and all the animals and rocks and how the trees and oaks and how the natives did it, and the natives were able to preserve it naturally. It's been really, really educational. All right, we're walking back to the deli. We're gonna get something to eat. Kenny, what are your thoughts of the guide and kind of what we've done today versus what we did last time?
I think the guy's doing an amazing job. She's giving us lots of information out here today. Versus last time. Of course, last time we were in a hiking mode, so we're doing
supposed
a lot
to go
more
up?
hiking. This time
Go, catch up. There
this time we are doing more educational stuff, which is okay, which I kind of expected. So, you know, it is what it is. We learned a lot.
Learn a lot
And
want
we
the
get some more
natives,
information
right?
from the guide on
Yeah.
what maybe else we could do to expand it to a more, I won't say more adventurous stuff.
Yeah, for sure. But I think this is good. We're showing a whole nother side if you're totally blind, how you're able to come to the park and really kind of take in the sights. She's really descriptive. She's really good at describing the elements that are around us and the history behind it, the rocks.
You're also getting a lot more hands-on stuff. So like you won't get like touching animal fur. And rocks.
I dug the bobcat. The bobcat was my favorite.
History of the Yosemite Valley and how climate change affected the valley here, and history about the Indians in the valley. So yeah, it's really good.
No, it's different than what I expected, but well worth it.
And then over on the other side, on the side I'm on, you are here. Yeah, we're down in the village right here.
Way down below.
Way down below. And Yosemite Falls on the north
All
side
the rock formation.
is on my side.
Go on my side a little bit more. Comes all the way down, all the different formations, and then if you go all the way down, keep coming. You go right down in here.
What we're
that's
looking
where
at
we're
here is a tactile map of the park.
If you come over,
You can rub your hands across it,
and I was
feel
talking
all
about
the
Three Brothers
granite
and the Three Sisters.
Yeah, where are
So
they?
straight ahead is
and all the
Three
mountain
Sisters.
mountain area
And
range,
there's
everything from
two
Half Dome, El
beautiful spires
Capitan,
just
Three
right there,
Sisters,
those little
all of
spires.
them.
There is a display what we were talking about millions of years ago, that there was the magma or the hot earth underneath the ground, and it blobbed up in these what are called plutons or blobs, and turned into lava. Yeah, that eventually most of it stayed underground, stayed magma. But if you want to come up and feel the wall over here, it shows you the hot magma under the earth, the subduction zone coming down, and these blobs of Pluton coming up if anyone wants to come check it out. Of each of these different blocks, so those are explanatory panels, and then beneath them are the blocks.
Oh, so they're like the
Knock it out
rocks.
of your way.
Oh,
They're like, yeah, just blocks that are
take them home and use them.
a little bigger than the size of your fist.
Oh, look at Kenny. Kenny found his new home. I couldn't get him to move back to Fresno, but now he's moving up to Yosemite.
It's sucking me in.
He doesn't want to leave.
Around it are herbs and plants that will repel insects. So we can go up actually to it and check it out if you want to come over. There is a sign on the right hand side and then a rock. You'll feel that rock with your sticks when you come by. And then I'm out here in the dirt off the trail. And then you can,
we go off the
yeah, you
trail?
can come off the trail towards me.
Go towards the voice.
Yep. And then you can put your hands out and feel the
Ain't long enough yet.
feel the greenery of the green. You can see that in the center is some rocks for a fire pit. There's a door opening on the far side, and there's some light above, like there's a hole in the ceiling. This is half underground, and it was essentially the church for the native people. So they would make this what's known as a roundhouse. Super sacred. This roundhouse is a reproduction, but it's still used in native ceremonies today. So the tribes that are affiliated with the park still come back to the park and do ceremony in here. A lot of strict rules, just like most religions, around what you can do in there, who can be in there, what you wear in there, what direction you walk, all of that, what you can say. And really beautiful ceremony still happens here today. Yeah, so that is a roundhouse, a really big building compared to the rest of the houses that we'll see, which would fit a couple people.
Jamie, I'm getting that feeling.
This
yeah,
it could fit maybe 50 people, even to 100 people.
Do you have any peace pipes that we can try out?
No peace pipes, darn at all. And those peace pipes aren't legal on federal land.
All right. We're going to wrap this day up, man. Kenny, what's your final thoughts?
Overall, it was a good day. We got some really good information from our guide here today. We got some more accessibility stuff that we got answered. Like she can do tours with us, she can do hikes with us. So, all you do is reach out to her. We'll link her email, or I guess you can say, somewhere in the
description box.
In the description box, and you guys can hit her up and come on out to Yosemite because she's trying to make it more accessible. That's the most positive thing.
She asked for our input.
Yes.
She asked if she reached out if we would actually be a part of a team. We said 100% absolutely yes. So we will be contacting her so we could actually be a part of making some changes around here and making it more accessible for those who cannot see.
And not just Yosemite, all national parks.
All national parks.
Yeah.
So that's going to be something to look out for. Also look out for the wrap-up podcast after this. Hopefully we'll have it out soon, and we'll get into more detail about how the day went, what we saw, what we liked. I'm going to be honest right now, I can't think of anything I didn't like.
Yeah, no, nothing I didn't like. I mean, she actually put some really good information out there, like I said, and some facts.
Yeah.
So we'll get into the facts in the wrap-up video. But yeah.
Very educational, very productive.
Yeah.
It was good to hang out with our blind peeps. It was really with the Mighty Blindies.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. So until next time, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe.
And stay independently blind.
We out.
We out.